still your mathematics teacher for JS1, Mr. Udogamo Obisef. Today, according to your skill, we are going to take a look at the basic properties of plane shapes, both regular and irregular shapes. And among the basic properties we are going to see properties of shapes. So the shapes we are going to consider here include the pyramid. We are going to consider a cube. We are going to consider a cuboid. We are also going to consider cylinders and spheres. We are going to consider all these shapes. We are going to look at them. How do they look like? After taking a look at how they look like, you know what they look like before we now go into their main properties. So, how do they look like? That's the main topic for today. Basic properties of these shapes. Now we are going to consider, we are going to be comparing them. We're going to compare the pyramid and the cone. I forgot to mention cone. We are going to consider cube and cuboid. We are going to consider cylinders and spheres. We are going to be taking them one after the other. So, if we are starting with a cube, number one, the cube. The cube is a shape that has 6 sides, flat sides. That's 6 square flat sides. So to take a look at a square, we can draw a square, a cube, like this. Remember the one we taught you in primary school, you draw a square. The square, you join them. So if you look at this cube on the board, you find out that it has 6 square flat sides. So if you count the number of vertices it has, you see it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 edges. It has 8 edges. So this is a cube. This is how a cube looks like. Then what a cuboid? If you consider a cuboid, it is a brother to a cube. If you consider a cuboid has also 6 sides, but the difference here now is that the cuboid, the faces are not square. Instead, they are rectangular. That's the difference. But they also have 6 flat sides. This is how a cuboid looks like. That each of the faces constitutes a rectangle, while the cube, each of the faces constitutes a square. So if you look at a cuboid, it also has 8 apex or 8 edges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. It has also 6 sides. But the difference here is that this one has 6 square flat sides, while this other one has 6 rectangular sides. So this is how a cube and a cuboid looks like. Now, let us consider another property, another figure we mentioned here, the pyramid and the cone. Let's consider the pyramid and the cone. Now, the pyramid and the cone, they resemble to an extent, though they are different in a way. The first guy is the pyramid. A pyramid looks like this. If you look at the pyramid has there are 2 types of pyramid. There is the one we call square-based pyramid, and the one we call rectangular base pyramid. So if you, the pyramid, we normally see the pyramid in Egypt, where they use it as where they keep the dead people. So pyramid looks like this. It will have a square base or rectangular base in the first instance. Then before it starts projecting upwards, the pyramid looks like this. This is a pyramid. This is how it looks like. This is the base. This one is the base. Yeah? Then it constitutes of different triangles. Triangular shape. This is one triangle, 2, 3, and 4. That's surrounding this. Just something like a triangle, but the base here is a square. Kind of a square like this. Square like this. So this is the pyramid in question. This is what comes. So this is how the pyramid is. Then, so the base is either square based, that is in a situation where the base is all a square. Then the base is rectangular, where the base is rectangular in shape. You know what a square and the rectangle mean. You know how they look like. So they have their same properties as each other. Now this is about pyramid. Now let's look at a cone. What does a cone look like? We are still going to go into the details of this shape we are talking about. So I want you to be taking closer notes. I want you to be taking closer notes so that when we mention them, you will not see I have not heard about it. So this is pyramid. We say that pyramid has either a square base or a rectangular base. Now, the next shape we are going to take a look at is the spheres and the cylinders. First of all, before I tell you about the sphere, let me mention the word circle. The circle and the sphere, they are not the same thing, but they look alike. They look closely alike. So circular means that the radius from every distance, this is a circle, the point from the center of this circle to any point at the circumference is called the radius, and the distance from the center of the circle to any point is equal. But where the sphere differs is that the sphere is circular, quite alright, but somehow oval. So the distance between the center of a sphere to any point of the sphere, the circumference, are not equal. So you might be getting something like this. So the distance from the center to a point like this might be higher than the distance from any point to the other one. So a sphere looks, so a good example of a sphere is the shape of the earth. The shape of the earth. A good example of a circle is a circular surfaces you can see around you. Circle, something that has equal distance from a particular center. That is about a circle. Then there is another thing we call hemisphere. Hemisphere. This one means half of sphere. Hemisphere means half of sphere. So if you say hemisphere now, to draw it, you have a half of sphere like this. A sphere also still has a diameter or radius from a particular center. This is radius, while the distance from this point to this point is also called diameter. Just like this one has the distance from this side to this side is called diameter, while this distance from this point to this point is also called diameter. So this is about a sphere and a circle. A circle, they have similar properties, but they differ from their shape. So I want you to take a very closer note of this, so that when we continue to mention them, you will not get confused. Now, after mentioning the circle and the sphere, I want to mention another important shape called the cone. The cone. Cone. Let's see how a cone is. A typical example of a cone around you is the funnel you used to pour water. This is a cone. How a cone looks like. It has a curved surface. It has a curved surface, and a cone. This one is a circular flat. This place is a circular flat, circular, just like a circle, but flat. But this one is a curved surface, This is about a cone. Then also I want you to take a note that this cone, since this part is circular, that at the center of this circle, to any part of the circumference of this cone is called the radius. Then the height of this cone will be the distance from this place to this same center of this circle. This is the height of the cone. Then I want also to tell you that there is a relationship between a cone and a circle, because you can get a circle from a cone. If you get a circular paper like this, you can fold it to form a cone. You can fold a circular something to form a cone. In the lab, if you have a filter paper, if you fold the filter paper, form a funnel-like structure. This funnel-like structure is called a cone. Now, having taken a look at these properties, these shapes, now I still want to mention their properties one after the other, just like I told you, so that you will not forget them. Let's go back to the pyramid. Always remember, when we mention pyramid, that the properties of a pyramid, number one, it has a square base, a square or rectangular base. It also has a triangular. It has 4 triangle faces, just like it has 4 triangular faces, just like when we draw it. Also, it has 8 edges. It has 8 edges. That's how to differentiate the cone. It also has 5 vertices. Number 4 has 5 vertices. So when you are looking at a pyramid, that's what you are looking at. I've told you about the cube and cuboid. Now I've just told you about the pyramid. I've also told you about the cone. I've also told you about the sphere. Now let's take a look at the last one, but not the least, the cylinder. Cylinder. The typical example of a cylinder is the cup you used to do your beverage cup at home. It's a typical example of a cylinder. This is how a cylinder looks like. It has a circular flat face on both sides. So this is cylindrical. This is how a cylinder looks like. It has a circular face on one side. It also has a circular face on one side. Then it has a body that is oval. So it is curved. It has a curved body. So this body here is curved. So the height of this cylinder, the distance from this point to this point, gives you the height of this cylinder. Then the circular space, the circular face of this cylinder also has a radius. And then the circular face of this guy also has a radius. And also remember that this cylinder, since it has a circular face, it also contains a diameter. So when you be looking at the volume of a cylinder, when they mention radius, you know where the radius is. When they mention height, you know where the height is. When they mention the curved surface, this place is called the curved surface. And this one is called the circular face. Any of them can be on top, anyone can be below. So that's a typical cylinder for you. Now, having seen these shapes one after the other, now let us go into we still have to find their areas and volumes. We are still going to find their areas and volumes. Now we are going to start from the beginning again to check the properties one after the other. I don't know, I have mentioned to you how to find the area of a circle before now, but we are still going to mention it. Now let's take them one after the other. When we take them, we solve either one question wherever we can stop. So number one, we mentioned the circle. I've told you before that a circle, the area of a circle is given as pi. Area of a circle is equal to pi r squared. And pi is always given as 22/7. Where r is the radius of the circle. R is equal to the radius of the circle. R is the radius of the circle. Then, let's take just one question to bring home what we just said about the circle before we go to pyramid. If we take area of a circle, they may say, calculate the area of a circle. Calculate the area of a circle whose diameter is 4 cm, for example. Full stop. So, if they mention diameter, that means they want to tell you that you can get the diameter, you can get the radius from the diameter. And this radius, we can get it r now equal to 4/2, and this is equal to 2 cm. You now use your r, put it inside the formula, I'll find what you're finding. So that the area of this circle you are asked to find gives pi r squared, that is area pi r squared, that is area 22/7 times 2 squared. So that is 22. 2 squared is 4. So when you use your calculator, you multiply out and get 22 divided by 7 equals then times 4. It will give us 12.57. So the area of this particular circle is 12.57 cm squared. Remember, we say area. So this is all about the area of a circle. Now, do circle have volumes? Not yet. Now let's go to cylinders. Let's go to cylinders. We mentioned cylinder. Area, number 2. Cylinder. Go to cylinders. Just like I told you, a cylinder has a height and also it has a radius. Now let me clean up these ones. For space. Cylinder. So, just like we told you before, the cylinder, It has two circular faces joined by a curved surface like this. So it has a center R, also has a center. This is R, this is R. The distance from this place to this place is height. So when we say the area of a cylinder area is equal to pi r squared h. Pi r squared h. So this is pi, the area of a circle multiplied by the height. You get to the area of the cylinder. You can also find the area of this cylinder if they may not ask you to find the area, they might give you the height to find the area. So they might ask you to find the height. To find the height when they give you area. When this one happens, that means you make height the subject of formula. If you make height subject of formula, height from here will be equal to area all over pi r squared. That is how to calculate it. Now let's clean up this one and take a look at the pyramid. Okay. From what we were saying before now, the volumes of a cube, we are going to start with the cube and cuboids. As we mentioned in the beginning, the volume of a cube is given as L cube. L raised to power 3, that is L times L times L. Then the volume of a cuboid is given as L length times base times height. So in this example, we have a cube of side 23 cm. What is the volume of the cube? So we solve here. Volume of cube is given as L cube. Then volume now will be 23 times 23 times 23, or 23 raised to power 3. And it will give you 12 point, if you press your calculator, it will give you 12,167 cm cube. That's what it gives. Then the second question says the volume of a cube is 175.616 cm cube. What are the dimensions of the cube? Remember, a cube, all the sides are square, they are equal. So volume of the cube is L raised to power 3. Then you are asked to find the length. You make the length subject of formula. When you make the length, that's the square cube root of volume. So in this case now, we have that L, the cube root of the volume that was given 175.616 is, if you use your calculator, you find that L is 5.6. Therefore, the dimensions are 5.6, dimensions 5.6 times 5.6 times 5.6. That is the sizes, the sides. I believe that if you go back to your textbook, New General Mathematics, you will see the volumes of all other things we mentioned. So when you look at them, you try to solve one or two or more questions, then, and when we come back, we continue from where we stopped. Thank you for your listening time, and as you continue to stay safe. Thank you.